So I'm using the same size of the base. It's the same size, and here is the same size. But now there's an error with this one. For crocheters, you're going to know what the error is. So the mistake I made with this one, as you can see, this one is very big. It's big. So the size of the base doesn't really matter. Okay, but what you do at the beginning matters. If you want it bigger like this, of course you make adjustments at this row, at this line. But if you want it smaller and more solid, you make adjustments here. Now here's the difference between the adjustments I made. Okay, so here why I said it was an error, because it's not straight. My bag is not straight. Like, see what happened here. See what happened here. I tried to fix that, but it did not work. Okay, so I'm showing you the errors I did so that you not make the same error. Okay, here for a very smooth back like this one, you make increases only around these corners. You don't make any increases here. But if you must make an increase around here, please make sure you don't do too much increases. Just do around the first row. For example, if you want to make an increase, you can just make increase, 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 increase. Don't just make one increase or two. One increase or two. It's going to, that is why you see this. So I was struggling to close up the increases I made, which was making my bag too large and shapeless. So I was trying to cover up, and this ended up happening, which is not good. Okay, and here I made increases here. As you can see, I made increases, I think everywhere. And then on the second line, I did increases here, I did increases here, increases here. And at the end of the day, you see what is happening here. My back is not straight, and there's this hole here, which is not good. Of course, my back is big, but with all this, I could not just this an order from a client. Okay, so I had to go back to YouTube and watch several videos to see where I went wrong, where I made the error, you know, because I could not give this to my clients with these holes. It's not professional. All right, so I went back to YouTube, watched some videos to see where I went wrong, to see the mistakes I made, and I realized where the mistake was, which was here. The increases I made here, I was not supposed to make increases around here. Even if I had to make increases, the first row was okay. I didn't have to be doing increases. And worst of it all, I tried to adjust here, which is why this place is here. I did a first back, I did increases around here, but I went ahead, I was crocheting round and everything was okay. But here, what really got this really bad was the fact that I tried to close up the large hole here, which ended up creating this depth in here. So that's why I'm remaking it again. So the sole is exactly the same thing, but now what I did was I didn't make increases around here, I didn't make increases here, I just did increases around here. As you can see, there's an increase here, no increase, increase, no increase, increase, no increase. And this is the same exact thing you do when you're using just your yarn to make the base. If you don't have this base, this canvas, or how they call it, you can use your yarn to make a base. Okay, and when you're making a base, you just do the increases accordingly. Don't just do increases anyhow. You do increases only around these areas around here. You don't do any increase here. If you want your bag bigger, wider, this is where you do increases. You don't do any increases around here. These numbers of chains or stitches remains the same at these corners, while here you do your increases. So if I wanted to do another increase again, I would have done 2 double crochet, chain 1, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and so on and so forth. Okay, and my back will be bigger and wider. All right, so but I didn't want to do much increases. I just wanted to do one more row of increases, which is this one, as you can see here, and I did the same exact thing for this side. And as you can see, look at the difference between the two backs. You see, look at this depth in here, and look at how smooth this one is. All right, so, and see how solid, flexible, and professional it looks than this one. Okay, So by the time I'm done, when I add this clamp, it's going to be very smooth than when I would have used this one to finish up the back. All right, so by the time I'm done, this is how the back is going to be. But now I would have continued with this one. As you can see, it's still good, but this is what I don't like about this particular one. This is what I don't like about it. It's not looking professional, as you can see. So if you're making a back like this, please try not to make this same error. Try not to make the same error if you're making a back like this. As you can see, this one is bigger. I loved this size. I love this size a lot, but with the error, I didn't want to do that. So I just decided to try first this one with just one row of increase and see how it comes out. Then I'm going to do another back using the same but now I'm not going to be making the same mistake I did here. I'm going to make it bigger than this one. Like I'm going to do 2 rows of increases around here. I don't know, maybe I'm going to increase around here, but there's no need increasing around here. I'm going to make 2 rows of increases around here so that it takes it wider and even bigger. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. This one I did just 1 row of increase, so the next one I'm going to do 2 rows of increase, and I'll take it further a bit so that the back will be bigger. Well, I'll take it further. I think I will do increase here, I'll do increase here, or I should just increase this line, the same thing I did here. I'll do it around here. Maybe I'll do, yeah, same thing I did around here, 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 all round to make it even bigger or longer. Yes, I think that is what I would do. I'll just make the increases around here. I'll add 1 row of increase, 1 row of increase, 1 row of increase, 1 row of increase to make it wider. And then I'm going to go on the second row and make another row of increase. I think I'll make another row of increase because I want the back bigger like this one, like this one. If not, then I'm not going to use this sole. I'm going to make my own sole using the yarn, and I'm going to make the sole a little bit longer so that my back too will be bigger or longer as this one. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing for the next one. As you can see, you see the difference. Look at the difference, the space. So the next one I want it bigger like this. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to make a different sole using the yarn, or yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I had a bigger sole, but I sold it out and now I'm stuck. So what I'm going to do for the next one, I'm going to use my yarn to make my back sole and make it a bit longer so that my back is going to be longer and bigger, right? So I hope that is understood. If you have any question, you can leave it up in the comment section. I'm going to answer your question. Please do well to double tap on your screen to send a like or a thumbs up, please, to support the live. Thank you, guys. So I'm going to continue right away into the tutorial. And remember to subscribe to my channel to support this channel. Are you a crocheter watching me? I think I should put up a question. Okay, so I put that up. Please, guys, let me know in the comment section. Are you a crocheter watching me? I'd like to get to know you. Remember to double tap on your screen to give a thumbs up. So far, I don't know how many rows I've gone, but I still have at least These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is a 12th row. So I don't want it really long or deep. I don't know why am I not seeing messages. Is it just me? I've removed it from top messages to all messages, but I don't know why. But whenever my live ends, I see a lot of messages which I'm not seeing during the live. I don't know why that is happening. During the live I don't see messages, but when I'm done with the live, the ripple, I'm trying to adjust my back. It's not easy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. My clients is going to love this version because I could not deliver the other one. It wasn't looking perfect. I didn't want to deliver anything of low quality. That's why I had to redo it to make it much better. Even though this one is small, she wanted it bigger. Hello, Sherry, Rebecca, you're welcome. Nice to know, crocheter. So I charged my client 35,000 francs for the purse. I don't know how much. I think 35,000 francs is about 50. There's a $60. It's about $60. So I charged. So when I did the first one, the size was okay, but the back was looking bizarre. It wasn't straight. It wasn't professional at all. So I decided to go back again to redo it. But now this one is looking more professional, straight, solid. But unfortunately, it is small. It's not big. So I'm going to do another one immediately after this one. I plan to finish this today, and I'm going to do another one immediately after this one, and I'm going to do it bigger, so yeah, it's not money lost or time lost. I'm still going to sell it out, I think for the same price anyway. Yes, for the same price I'm still going to sell it out. Yeah, because my client wanted something a little bit bigger like this. She wanted something bigger like this. This one is solid, but unfortunately, look at what I did here. So, yeah. But the price is worth it anyway. Thank you. It's not easy. This is a sheet to go through behind the scene to bring out good quality stuff, Yeah. And if the back is good, for example, she wants to take it off for a wedding, and she wanted something unique. She didn't want to wear the usual, leather bags. So she wanted something unique, and, so I have to make it really professional, beautiful, so that when others see it, they can also appreciate and give their orders. For my hair business, locks business, for those who know, I'm also a loctician. So most of my clients is through word of mouth. That's how I get most of my clients. I get a lot of messages. My business phone is not by my side because a lot of messages come in. But of course, I have to create time for YouTube also. So for my locks business, I really don't stress about doing advertisements because the work itself brings the clients. So when I do a client's hair, whenever I'm in the salon, I do live in the salon. For those who have been following on my live in my salon days, I don't work every day in the salon because I need time for my crochet business. Of course, I have an assistant in the salon making little things with crochet. Okay, Sherry. Wow, I really love it. It's very pretty. Thank you. Love it. Very pretty. Thank you, Sherry. Look, yeah, this one is smoother, solid, has a good form, and the finishing is going to be very perfect. Yeah. So for my locks business, I really don't stress about so this is going to fit well. I really don't stress about the clients because the hair I do brings the clients, I do it so well that people always get my contacts from the people I've worked on. So look at that. The final job is going to be so beautiful and professionally done, of course. So we are really struggling, especially here in Africa. We're still struggling to get them to know about crochet fashion, and all the like. Yeah. So there's a little bit of struggle with getting clients for crochet. Of course, that's why when we are doing an order like this, I need to make sure that it's perfect, so that in case my client, let's say, since she's wearing it for a wedding, she wants to go for a wedding beside the beach. Yeah, so many people are going to see it and they're going to love it, of course. And there is this new design I made. Well, it's not a new design. I have so many videos on my YouTube live showing you guys how to make that dress. It's a flower dress. There's a top version, skirt version, dress version, a gown version. Any tips for crocheting bags? I'm crocheting one right. Wow, okay, amigo. All right. What kind of tips would you like me to give you? Let me know. Which kind of bags? Is it the clam bags? Or is it a flower bag? Is it a clutch bag? Which kind of bag do you would you like tips on? Yeah, but one tip I should give is when making a bag, make sure you do all the correction before putting your lining, because after putting your lining, there is no way you're going to make corrections to the back. Yeah, especially if you're using your yarns to make your base, and at the end you want to add these things. Make sure when you're done with the base, add these things, and to make it solid, because when you use a yarn to make your base, it's going to be weak. It will not be solid like when you're using a base like this. So one tip, get a canvas, a plastic canvas, and place on the sole. After crocheting the sole, put the plastic canvas inside and sew it together. Okay, that will make it solid, and then you can now add this before putting your lining. It's going to make your back more solid than when you use it just as it is. Okay, excuse me, I have a message. All right, it's a big bag that I'd love to use for my stuff. Okay, I don't know how to add lining though. Okay, for lining tips, let's say you're done making the back and you want to add lining. You get your fabric. Let me get a lining fabric. Sorry. All right, this is a fabric for lining. When I'm done making my back, I don't need to. There's two ways you can use to get the exact size of the lining. Either you place your lining like this, and then you place your back like this and cut. Of course, leave sewing allowance, you cut. Or when you're done, you can just place it inside, which I will not recommend too much, except for a professional who knows what they are doing. You do it like this, you map out and cut. By so doing, you have an exact lining size. And then when sewing in your lining, do not sew your lining right to the tip, right to this area. Let's say this is the last row of your back. Do not sew your lining right here. It's not going to look professional. Always leave at least one row of your crochet. So around here, it should be like this. Your lining should be like this. So if you sew here, make sure you do one more row of crochet. Is it single crochet stitch you're doing? Do one more row. It's going to look more professional than when you just do it like this. Yeah, so yeah, you can always go for easy sewing. Just sew like this and then go ahead and do one more row of crochet base. Yeah, before adding your clamps. It's going to look more professional than when, let's say this is my clamp. Okay, so as you can see, if for example, let's say I added my lining here, if my lining is here and then I add my clamp, look at what is going to happen. It's bizarre, isn't it? To me, I don't know, maybe to you it's okay, but to me it's bizarre. But if you put it here, leaving out one row, I think this looks more professional. This looks more professional. Don't worry, you're the only one seeing it like this. Others are seeing the outside, but you are seeing the inside of the bag. So yeah, it's better than when it's just like that. Okay, and this allowance here will permit you to sew in the lining, all the, because when I'm done, I'm going to roll up my yarn. I'm going to roll up the yarn, so it will permit you also to sew onto it. But if you do it like this, how are you going to sew onto it and still have a beautiful finishing? Yeah, so those are little mistakes we make when making bags. At the end of the day, we want a very finished, beautiful finished, professionally done bag, especially if it's for a client. But if it's your personal stuff, of course, you can always, you know, especially if you're a learner. Yeah. Any other tips? If I can help, I'll let you know. So are you using a canvas? Are you using this solid base? If you're doing a bigger bag, are you using the solid base, or you created your base using your yarn? Okay, another issue I had with this bag or the yarn, I sadly do not have a solid base. Okay, like I was saying, but do you have a plastic canvas? Do you have a plastic canvas? If you have a plastic canvas, I'll show you a plastic canvas. I think I have a scrap plastic canvas somewhere here. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, this is a plastic canvas. Okay, do not have a solid base, so it's just here, no plastic either. Okay, this is a plastic canvas. So when you make your bag and you use a yarn, by the way, I have lots of the bases. I'm not a fan of using yarns to make my base, because even with the canvas, it's still not so solid. Yeah, I prefer using the base, and there are bigger ones. I also sell them, but unfortunately I sold out the bigger ones or the longer ones. Like I was explaining, to make a bigger bag like this, you use a longer base to make it bigger like this, still following the rule of increases just around here. Okay, but since I don't have a bigger one, to make the bag bigger, I can just mimic around and just do increases around to make it bigger. Yeah, because I've made a bag. I'll just show you a bag I made before making those increases. Hold on a sec. So here's a bag I made using the same base. As you can see, it's the same size, Guys, please double tap on your screen to give this video a thumbs up, this live a thumbs up. Please double tap on your screen. Okay, so look at what I did here. I did increase this. I didn't even know this was my very first try, and I didn't know what increases to do, what kind of increases to do, how to do the increases. So but it came out well. It came out well, round and beautiful. But the back is not so solid because I don't know, I doubled the yarn, but it's not so solid. Okay, but this is the same, and now this one is bigger. Let's measure and see. Look at that. You see that this one is bigger because of the way I did the increases. Of course, I'm going to use this one to do the increases on the next one I'm doing to make it bigger. I love this one. I love the size here. This is exactly what I wanted, but unfortunately this came out like a purse. So for the next one, I'm going to follow the exact thing I did here to make the increases, of course, making it even better. So I was just doing increases. I did increase here, I did another increase here at the corners. I did another one here, I think in the middle here, middle and the corner. And on the next row, I don't know how, but I did another increase here. So I was just doing increases haphazardly, but it came out nice. It came out really nice. And look at this design I made. This is the first bag I made, and a lot of people loved it. So yeah, this full string bag is dirty right now. I've used it and it's dirty, so I didn't even finish the back. I just added this stuff. It's not yet finished anyway. See, I had to go out because I wanted to sell this design. I wanted to advertise it. I love to wear my stuff to advertise it. I really don't. I'm not so much of a social media person, so I just like to dress myself in my products, in crochet and my bags. And when I do that, people see them and they love them. So these are different bases for rompers, you know, different colors. Make sure your yarn matches the color of your base, or the base matches the color of your back. You cannot use a white base to do a black back. That's not going to work, except maybe you want to mix the colors like this. You want to mix the colors like this one. So maybe you're using a white and black, you're making a white and black color back. Yes, you can start with the white and make sure your first row or first two rows has white yarn, and yes, from there you can go with black, white. Yeah, same thing for the blue. You cannot use a blue base to make a black back. It's not going to work. It doesn't look professional enough. It's not professional at all. So make sure, if I'm making it like this, I can use a pink back. See, I did black. I started with black. I can use a pink base since this one has pink on it, you know. So that's what I'm explaining, to make it look more professional. All right, so yeah, and like I was saying, to put the lining, when I'm done, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to wrap and crochet, wrap and crochet, wrap and crochet, and to sew it later. See, you see that we need this first row and the last row here to sew on to sew, so that it's going to look more professional. But if I put my lining right up to this level, how am I going to sew and still have it look professional? You see where the error is? Yes, I've been crocheting bags for a long time. I crochet dresses, I crochet bags, okay, but I don't have time to do everything. I would say crochet is more like a passion, while my first business is my locks business, dreadlocks salon. I have a dreadlock salon. That's my primary business. For crochet is a passion. It's something of passion. So I crochet when I have time and when I have orders. I love bringing out new designs. I love being unique in my own designs. If you go to my page, my short videos, you see unique designs there which I created. Try the flower dress, the flower top, skirt, gown. That's a design I created myself. I've not seen that on the internet. I can say that I'm the first to create that design. The flower pattern exists, but I use the flower pattern to create those beautiful designs out there. And then the first skirt, that's still my design, the first skirt. Which other design I created? There is a jacket there which I created. What again? Yeah, there are other designs. I just love bringing out my own designs. I really don't like everything being following the crowd. Yeah. So there, so I can crochet a bag, I can crochet anything crochet I love. So I can just come up with everything, but I don't do crochet as a first business. If I'm inspired to do a bag, I'll just get up and start making a bag. If I'm inspired to do sorry, I want to show you guys another design I came up with. Here's another design. So this yarn, this is not our regular crocheting yarn. So look at another design. I was making this combination for a wedding. Gold and is this silver? I should call it silver or not pastel beige. So I was making this out. Then I added sequence yarn with this and in French you call it ficelle. So this yarn, look at how beautiful it is. So I was using this yarn to make this bag. I just wanted to try and see how it's going to look like with bags and see how it came out gorgeous. See, but now unfortunately this yarn got finished, this color got finished, so I had to put a pause on this bag. I'm not yet done with this bag because the yarn got finished. Nonetheless, I can still leave it like this, but it's going to be very shallow. I want it a little bit deep, so I can do at least 4 more rows, 1 2 3 4, to make it reasonable, to make the size reasonable. Yeah, so that's why I haven't finished this bag. And when I'm done, of course, I'm going to put the clamps like this. I'm going to work on the clamps like that. Okay, so for now it's still very small. I'm still going to crochet about 4 rows of it. Even this, like I said, I still have about 5 to 8 rows here to have a good finish. Oh, this bag is really small. It's more of a purse than a bag. It's really small, because you know that when you add the clamps, it's going to be small. See, when you add the clamps, it's going to reduce the size of the bag. So this is really small, but it's okay. Look at that. This one is bigger. This one is bigger than it. Look at that. And for this bag, you see what I did here. So I did increases all around. Double, no double, double, no double, double, no double. So I was just doing one. I think that's exactly the same thing I'm going to do for the other bag I want to make. I'll just increase consistently all through to make it bigger under. That's why this one is bigger like this, and then this one is small, because I didn't do any increases here. So that's what I'm going to be doing for this one. But at this point, it is still small. I think it's still small. I think I'll do another row of increase around here. When I'm done with the first row, I'm still going to do another row of increase around here to make it one step bigger than this one, and I'll be good to go. Yeah, so that's it. So this yarn, I made a bag. This is it. I just showed you this gold bag. And I decided to use this same yarn. This is not a crochet wear yarn. This yarn is used for embroidery. So I decided to try crocheting a dress with this yarn, and I tried it, and guys, it is true that it's very stiff, but it came out very beautiful. Let me show you guys. Give me a second. Let me show you guys. So this is it. Look at how gorgeous this is. Unfortunately, I ran out of this yarn. I got this yarn from China, same as this one. I ran out of this one and I needed more of it. I went to the market, to our local market where they sell this stuff. I didn't see this particular color. Unfortunately, in the whole market, this color was not available. This exact color was not available. So I had to improvise. I got another color that looks like it. Of course, the blinkish nylon or yarn. I took one that has the same color of the blinks. It's not really showing on the camera, but there are a lot of shiny stuff. It's shining, it's blinking. I don't know, it's not showing on the camera very well. I think here you can see a bit. So the blink here on this gold yarn is actually silver like this one is silver and the blinks here is silver. Thank you, it's silver. So I got another yarn that can, you know, go with this and to just do something ombre. And I didn't want to use much of this one, so I did, excuse me, I decided to use the same quantity as I used here, so that it won't be like maybe I ran out of yarn and there was no yarn for me to use. So that's why I used this one. And then it was still short. Well, there are girls who will wear it this short, but I was trying it on me, and I have my kind of clients I want to attract, you know, and my kind of clients don't wear things like this. So I had to improvise and to look for another way to do it. So I got, of course, my favorite yarn, the fur yarn, and did something on that to make it look longer and, you know, more beautiful and classic like this. So of course I'm going to make a top. I've not yet figured out which kind of top I want to do for this skirt that will match this skirt, but of course I'm going to do something gorgeous with it, you know, clock it. So there is this top I did, but unfortunately it was small. Give me a second, guys. Let me show you guys this top. Where is that top? Where is it? So I have some tops here. My daughter kept that top somewhere. Okay, so this is a flat top I made. I wore this dress for a seminar. God, a lot of people loved like the combination. I have it in my short videos. This top and a skirt that I made using the same fur yarn, my favorite yarn. It was so gorgeous. I was the talk of the day in the seminar. A lot of people came to me, oh, I love your dress, I love everything about your dress, because I was so unique in it. So this is a flower top version I told you guys. Yeah, this is one of my creation. So I'm looking for which design to use for this top, for this skirt. I haven't yet figured out, but I have a lot of designs which I could use. This is a flare top. I don't know, but there is this other top which I intend to use it for it. I don't know where that top is. Well, I can't find that top, but I'm going to call my daughter now. I'm sure she kept that top somewhere for me. I don't know where, but I'm going to call and ask her. Sorry, I'm just fixing up. Let's get back into the tutorial. No, not that one. Now here is another problem I discovered with this bag. I don't know if it's visible enough on the screen, but if you see well, this yarn here is smaller than this yarn here. The yarn here is bigger, so it got finished. Guys, that's what I just bought. I bought all the yarns from the same person, but I didn't even realize that there's a difference. This yarn here, I didn't double. Same as this one, it's the same size. It's the same size, but the one here, this one here is really solid and firm, while this one, it's not solid, it's weak, so it doesn't shrink. So this one, see, it's really solid and big. It looks big on camera, while this one, it's soft. It's not solid because when you pull, it shrinks. And now see, it's changing the shape of my bag. If you can see really well, this one looks big and it's open, while this one, it's making my back to shrink like this. My back is going inside instead of being straight and solid. So yeah, that is another error that I'm making with this back, which I'm not going to make with the final back. But I really don't, I'm happy that I'm making these mistakes. I'm seeing and I'm learning, you know, I'm learning from the mistakes I'm making, so that when doing the final piece, I'm not going to be making all these errors, right? Because all these little errors we ignore, but it changes the bag, it changes the final size and, you know, quality of the bag. So this is not a mistake I'm going to be making when doing the final one. I'm going to make sure the yarn I use at the beginning is the same yarn I use till the end without changing any. Yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to continue, since this one is still going to be good, even though not perfect, but I'll make sure the final piece is actually perfect. Yep. So I still have about 8 minutes to go. Guys, please double tap. And later in the evening, I have a class, crochet class. I have some crochet students that I'm teaching. So in the evening by 5 p.m., I'll go out to have my class. I have classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I teach crochet, And during the third term holiday, I have a long 1 month classes where I teach kids how to crochet, and I charge them 30,000 francs, which is about $25. Oh, sorry, about $40, to teach them for a month. Yeah. So every year I do that around June, July. Yeah. No, Lee, that's not it. That's not that. Wonderful watching you. I'll have to go now. Okay, Amiro, thank you so So I still have 6 more rows to go. I intend to make say 6 inches. Yeah, so I am at 5 inches right now, and I still have 1 more inch to go. That's 4 rows. I have 4 more rows to go. So I have 4 more rows to go to make it 6 inches. Here's the beginning, so I have to go 4 rounds again. Okay, guys, thanks to all those who were here today for my live. To all those who gave me a thumbs up, to all those who subscribed, for all those who engaged in the comment section, those who sent a thumbs up, the heart. So thanks very much. I'm so grateful for today, and I hope you guys learned something. I hope that today's class or tutorial was really amazing and helpful. From the comments shows that it was. So yeah, I'll go off camera and I'm going to complete the remaining 4 rows and do the final touches of the back. So thank you guys, thank you so much. We'll meet again tomorrow. Bye bye.